Thank you for joining us. This is Paul Wilson.
And Justin Tyson.
And you're listening to the Diesel Performance Podcast, a recap of Day 4 at Diesel Power Challenge 2019. Justin, you and I spent the whole day at Bandimere Speedway. This is your first time to the challenge. It's only my second time. Hey, man, what'd you think of it?
It is okay. So up until this, it was like one event each day. This one was 3. It's been wild. It's been intense. It's been rough on these guys. It's rough on the media guys, not just us, the guys doing video. You know, these guys doing crew work. Everyone is busting their ass. It's been awesome to see, and it's just also exhausting.
Absolutely. What we noticed was a constant pace of running the trucks, running the crew, running. And that's what I love about this day is there's so much action. There's so much activity. So we kicked off this morning with the trailer tow racing. It's an 8th mile run. It's tough, man. I'll be honest, as we went through it, what we found was even our mediocre trucks, they performed really well. And some of the trucks that we thought were going to be at the head of the pack, they had a tough time in that event.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those things where a lot of these things are stuff that people don't practice. Where are you going to hook up your trailer and make your truck race with a trailer, right? Like, it's not, you know what I mean? A lot of these people. It's
a very different race when your fastest mile per hour, 71 miles an hour.
Very different. Yes, very, very different.
So we did. We saw a guy who put up a combined number of 3506.8. That's adding his horsepower and his torque together. One run and done. Richard Coker, he ran a 1071 at 71 miles an hour, and now that was the fastest trailer 8th mile tow of the day.
Yeah, for sure. Richard. He was hammering today, man. Richard is a gamer. He's a good dude too. So it's good to see him succeed really well at that event.
Totally correct on that one, Justin, because what we saw was him perform well throughout the entire day. We noticed he was number 1 on the qualifying passes. We noticed, of course, as we moved into round 1, he proceeded through. I'm sure you guys listened to our round 1, round 2, and round 3 of the drag racing for today. He won all 3 events. So Richard Coker was our final winner throughout the entire day of drag racing. With the trailer, without the trailer, the kid's fast.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely is. You know, he's definitely one of the top trucks this event, and there's no doubt about it. You know.
Sure. And that trailer tow racing, it was tough, man, but we did see some breakout performances. As I go through and look, I was real impressed to see Steven Lucero with an 1173 and 68 miles an hour. That was 3rd overall for the trailer tow racing. And then, of course, down in 2nd place for the trailer tows was Cody Lambert, who put up an 1170. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2nd place, 1170 at 68 miles an hour as well. Now, Cody Lambert came through on the qualifying run, put down a big day. He was 3rd place there as well, 10.9. Truck didn't make it, though. And it's a tough story about what's going on with Cody Lambert's 06 Cummins.
Yeah, it was really rough. I got a chance to catch up with Cody. You guys heard it in a previous episode. Yeah, there was just oil all under that hood, all over everywhere. And, being at Duramax Junior and all that stuff, we know exactly what that means, and it is not good.
Yeah, he was not able to make it for the races. He was not able to make it for the trailer tow course. We believe that truck is out of the competition at this point. And, hey, man, it's been a lot of tough love, but we've seen a few guys drop out. One of them being last year's champion.
Yep. Yeah, Cody Pulliam, that's another guy I saw him wrenching, and he unfortunately is it was rough. It was a rough weekend for him, and
he did not make the qualifying. He came in 9th place in the qualifying for the quarter mile drag race.
Yeah.
He had a rough time on the trailer tow course, and I think that's probably where he hurt the truck. It's a big trans issue. He came in last place in the trailer tow course. Last year, he kicked ass at this event. So he knew what he was doing. He had the experience. But Cody Pulliam brought up the pack at a 14.14 at 67 miles an hour. 6'4". He was trying to back half it, had a good mile per hour. He just did not have it in the truck to do it. And then we saw him come out for qualifying, and that's where he threw down a 13:13 in the quarter. We know the truck's much more capable than 13 seconds in a quarter mile. For God's sakes, he had a combined horsepower and torque number of 3210.8. He was 5th overall on the dyno just yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things, this whole week is a stress test on these trucks, and it happens, you know what I mean? And it's expected. It's unfortunate, and you could tell in the competitors' faces it's, disheartening, but that's just, you got to pay to play, right?
That's it, man. That's it. Absolutely. We saw a lot of heartbreak out there, including guys like Darren Dutton with that 6'4". He was 3rd overall on the dyno, had a little bit of a rough time on the trailer tow course, and then that's really what was the end of the day for him. So as he moved through round 1 and round 2, we saw the truck come into more and more of a situation. Yeah. And finally, as he made it through round 2, the truck was towed off the track.
Yeah, for sure. And not that only story. We got Matt Meyer too, man. The freaking Phoenix rising from the ashes the whole weekend. Dear Lord.
Matt Mayer, his crew, if there is a number 1 support crew, it's definitely his team. These guys, they kicked ass. They were number 1 on the fuel consumption. Came in a little bit lighter than they wanted because Matt, by his own admission, hit the nitrous too early on the dyno. Thought he blew a head gasket. Turned out it was more than a head gasket. Sources have revealed to me. And listen, hey guys, after all of this is done, we're going to talk to Matt Mayer and get you the whole story on the life of the 7.3 throughout Diesel Power Challenge. But we did find out he had some piston problems on both sides. So he ended up tearing both heads off. That's why he was late this morning getting in. That's why he ended up running 10th on the trailer tow course. He was only able to put together a 13:28, which, hey, fuck me, man. For a 7.3 to run a 13:28 and come in 7th at the trailer tow course, I was impressed.
Yeah, for sure.
But then qualifying is where he ended up biting the bullet. Now, he made qualifying. Keep in mind, there's other trucks here who arguably were healthier, not able to make the top 8 in the qualifying because only the top 8 in the qualifying move on to the bracket race. But he made the top 8. He was 7th overall with a 1260, but that also included the truck running away at the end of the track.
Yeah, that was gnarly. We just saw smoke and, galore, and it just goes back to being at UCC and hearing the word running away and smoke, and you just kind of like, oh God.
We're going to talk to him more about the lid of the Girl Scout cookies that saved the truck. But here's a team who's thrashed on the truck the whole time. Okay, they brought a 7.3 in. I laughed about a 7.3 being in because I've poked at 7.3s my whole time on the podcast, Justin. I've always talked about, hey, most reliable truck, worst performance I've ever had. No, but I love them. I've never been one to knock them, but just to say they're probably not a very performance-orientated vehicle. And here's Matt and the whole team doing everything they can to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, great group of guys, great mechanics. Great to see them in high spirits and kicking ass the whole week while they're here. Of course, we also, as we talk about this, we got to talk about Seth Koontz. Here's another guy who's thrashed on the truck the whole week. Had intermittent problems. He was 2nd on MPG. Fell towards the bottom on the dyno. They were definitely disappointed in their dyno numbers. And then came back, had a strong performance at the trailer tow race. If you can believe, that's what that dually 12 valve was designed to do, was tow a trailer. They were 4th overall with an 1190 at 64 miles an hour. And then I think we started to see some problems in the qualifying. That's when he ran a 1297, just barely made that top 8, which got him in. Hey, good enough, right? Rather race than not race.
For sure.
Rather
definitely.
race than watch any day.
Points, man.
He got pushed out in the first round of that, and then he did complete the cone course, but after it was parked, we had to push the truck off the track.
Yeah, it was It was rough, man. It definitely was. It wasn't Seth, but who was the guy that drove by the media tower holding a piece of his turbo?
That was Matt. That was Matt Mayer.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Matt Mayer holding up the chunk of his turbos. He got towed past us. Cody Lambert also broke at the end of the track, and Darren Dutton both had major failures at the end of the track. However, neither one of them waved to us with a busted chunk of compressor wheel in their hand. That was only Matt Mayer in that 7.3. Yeah. Steven Lucero, who put up a hell of a competition this week, performed well with the combined number, performed great third place overall for trailer tow racing, had a real good spot qualifying, brought it all the way down to the semifinals, and then, hey, Richard Coker, he's set up for racing. He knows what he's doing. He treated him. He ran him down. It was a real hot run, even with Richard Coker coming out of it and getting back on it. And I think that's one of the stories that we're going to have today. Richard Coker and that Duramax, that regular cab, just kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, for sure. He's just, he's definitely in front of the pack, if not in the top 3 right now. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, so combined horsepower and torque numbers, trailer tow race, and at least qualifying, and then also for the final heads-up drag racing, first place in every event.
Yeah, for sure. Richard's having quite a week.
Yeah. So I think that's our front runner for right now. Now we're going to have some better results, or a better idea on the results for the cone course. That was the end of the day. We do have a little teaser for you right now. But before we give you a taste of what happened at the cone course, why don't we get a quick word from our sponsors? Hey guys, if you love diesel performance and you love learning about diesel performance, a great place to go and learn more information just in general is going to be over at the Duramax Tuner YouTube channel. Check out the video series Diesel Insights. This is where we let the founder and owner of Duramax Tuner, Nick Pregnitz, go through and just talk for a really long time in scrupulous detail about a lot of different topics that diesel owners have questions about. We've talked about LB7 injectors, we've talked about air to fuel ratio, we've talked about recreational towing, and a whole lot more. Cody, coming up, getting ready to get started here for Trailer Cone Course. What are your thoughts today?
I don't know. I'm broken. I'm broken.
Are you out of this one?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done for the whole event.
Oh no, what happened?
Broke trans. So, we're done. We're going to go home in the morning.
Oh, man, what a heartbreak. Hey, hell of a show. Definitely good job coming out, putting it on, giving it all you got.
Yep, not a problem.
Who do you want to give a shout-out to for this week?
Pretty much, I want to give a shout-out to James Brendel, all my crew guys, S&S, and pretty much everyone that helps me out with the truck. I say, sucks what happened, but it is what it is.
Well, good stuff, Cody, and I'm sure we'll see you back in diesel performance events here in the very near future. We know you.
Yep, I'll be back next year. We're trying to get food trucks in next year, so I'll be back helping on their crew.
I love it, man. Well, hey, good luck to you.
Yep, thanks.
Billy Hartzell, what do you think? We're getting lined up, getting ready for the Trailer Cone Course. Seth Koontz out there right now laying it down. What's your strategy for this event?
The party.
Billy, the truck's a little hurt. Been running in two-wheel drive since this morning. Obviously, everybody's going to be in two-wheel drive for this event. Now, your truck's lifted. I think you're the tallest one here at the show. Tinted windows. You think that's going to make an impact on being able to see the cones?
It won't make very much of an impact. It is a daily driven truck. I kind of do my thing with it, and I'm pretty comfortable with the trailer. So as long as I'm comfortable here, we should be all right.
I dig it. Well, good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Brad Sankey lined up watching Seth Koontz. He's out there about halfway through the course. What's your strategy going into this event?
Hit the least amount of cones. Planning to try and swerve into that first stop box.
Okay. Got a couple of ideas down. Slow and smooth as fast. I love it. Steven Lucero, hell of a time drag racing, man. I thought you had it. We called it wrong, and then we had to go back and reshoot the show. Definitely good performance today. What are you thinking about this cone course?
Yeah, just try not to hit any cones, I guess, is the thing.
Okay, another tinted windows, hard to see out, a mega cab. How do you feel about looking behind you while you're going fast?
Pretty confident. I'm used to the tint, so it don't bother me too much. So.
All right. A lot of confidence over here. Sounds like cone course is going to be no big deal. Andrew McCain, what do you think?
And it's going to be. There's going to be certain parts that are kind of tough, but we'll make her happen.
Which section of the course do you think is going to be the most challenging?
Getting it back into the stop box to park the trailer, and coming from the stop box into the funnel to back through.
Gotcha. Okay, the 2 reversing sections definitely look like some challenges. Seth Koontz dropped it in there beautifully. I think he bumped a cone over.